Hey guys, what's up? We're back with some more WarFrame news, and today we're going to be looking at the melee changes that Rebecca has thrown up on the dev workshop. This is something that Steve has been hinting that it's going to be coming, so here we go. So we have some details about what's coming with Melee 2.997, I guess, if you want to call it like that. It's not exactly Melee 3.0 just yet, but yeah. Alright, WarFrame and change go together like Inara's and Vitality. Without change, we still have stamina bars, Necros will still have to hit 3 every time you wanted to desecrate, and bullet jump wouldn't exist. In fact, without change, WarFrame melee would only consist of quick attacks. Melee changes are coming, as we all know, and they'll be rolling out in phases, 3 phases, that's why the meme is 2.997. Starting with phase 1, we hope to give some insight into what's coming down the road, starting with the following changes. Now keep in mind there's no release date in this video, or in fact in this list of stuff, so yeah, if you're coming for that, you're gonna be out of luck. We're just gonna be looking specifically at what we are going to be playing with, basically. Alright, so the first thing is uninterrupted combat, which we know of as shooting a gun and then immediately quick swapping to your melee, and then staying with your melee, and then the moment you want to shoot your gun, you get to shoot your gun. So that's what uninterrupted combat is going to be. As well as combo resume, so that's going to be a bonus meme right there. The second thing, of course, is ground control. That's the whole idea of being able to target your ground slams, so that's what ground slam control is. Visual effects 2019, Steve has been throwing a couple of things on Twitter, some demonstrations rather of, for example, the electric mods, and therefore the electric element on a sword, just looks a lot better now, as well as different keybinds and change and methodology. So let's get into it. Our original sword alone melee update inspirations came from a lot of one player versus one enemy materials, okay, which over the years has not kept up with WarFrame's combat pace, of course being a lot of one versus a giant ton. Okay, to benefit from blocking and combos and channeling them and more, you had to hold a key to lock yourself in melee mode entirely. That's by actually equipping yourself into melee. This had a huge appeal in 2014 because everything was new, but now not so much. With the instant firearm to equip melee. So with the instant melee to equip melee and vice versa, you could immediately engage in all things melee, combos, blocking, etc., with no more interruptions between firearm and melee. Oh, okay. Oh, instant firearm to equipped melee. Okay, I understand that sentence now. Combo interrupts and resuming. When interrupting a melee combo with gunfire, dodging, bullet jumping, or any parkour, your next melee attack will resume the combo from where it left off. This simply means taking brief and tactical actions between executing combos is now a valid strategy. Okay, we're gonna have to see that in action, but I'm gonna take a wild guess and say you can slash, jump, run back, slash. That could probably continue the combo, and you have a 4 combo counter, so that's gonna be kind of nice. Combo resuming is something we're trying for phase 1. It's at least a prototype. This is more subject to 2 volatile. This is the most subject to. Oh, okay, subject to changes because it might be too volatile to ship. So we'll keep you posted. Okay, so it might not come, but they're going to try and make it come. Alright, awesome, cool. Ground slams rather. Aerial dominance is a key part of WarFrame. You have full freedom to not only weave in and out of combat, but bullet jumping and aim gliding from above is one of WarFrame's most lethal advantages. Current ground slams instantly interrupt all momentum as a way of not falling off the map, I guess. Direction and cancel any aiming to slam you down onto the ground you are at. We are going to make melee ground slams aimed as a result of making it more controllable. This allows you to actually jump forward and then go down. This is something that they have shown off in a couple of dev streams. So yeah, you'll be able to use your aerial vantage to aim and target the ground slam for more tactical results. So for example, we normally just go straight down. Now we can go down to the left, down to the right, down somewhere else. We can actually sort of do real death from above kind of thing, as opposed to having to death from above by being like directly above someone. Now you can just death from above from everywhere. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to have to see how effective that is. Hopefully that also includes some more buffs to slam attacks, I guess. I don't know. I think maybe with... I don't know. Definitely with big hammers, it'll give you the more Thor experience. The more Thor experience, if that makes any sense. If you haven't seen Infinity War. Okay. FX 2019, our FX art team will be updating all things Melee FX. Expect a beautifully redone FX pass with all these changes. For example, I think these are going to be things that Steve has already thrown up on Twitter, but let's just have a look. We're going to open up these two Giphy cats and moving on. Between this and Phase 1, it means all unique weapons will have generic FX for a little while, like Jack Attack, until we get through them all and make them clean variants. So, okay, so Jack Kitty is going to lose the effect for just a while, but it'll come back very soon. So this is something that... Okay, so... Slowed. Okay, let's have a look. Is it... Okay. Okay, so yeah, we do see some more effects on that one. It's kind of hard to see when it was fast, but definitely easier to see when it is slowed. Awesome, cool. Some different ground slam effects as well, so interesting. Okie dokie. New and cleaner effects have been created with the idea of beautifully short, highly detailed lifespans. Not infinite, meaning the constant weapon trail option will be removed as a result of this change. Real talk, the constant weapon effects... the constant weapon trail option, rather, I never liked it, and it actually lagged my computer when it was a little less good. So, I don't know, I've always turned that off. So, yeah, I guess. I don't know anyone who actually uses constant weapon trail. I don't think this is going to be something that's going to be missed. Okay, that was really wordy. Key bindings. Things are changing. This may lead to key bindings from our old melee system becoming obsolete, so here we go. Blocking as a melee with a melee weapon is no longer keybound. It is an automatic function when facing enemies who are dealing damage to you in melee mode. Your reticle determines all. This is a thing... Okay, so if you want an example of this right now before it releases, this is a thing that happens when you're using Exalted Blade. So if you have an Excalibur, which you probably should because Umbra exists, open up your Exalted Blade, like turn on Exalted Blade in a mission and then just look at an enemy and you'll notice that you're automatically blocking stuff. So that's what that is. Okay, channeling is now a toggle set to your alt fire when in melee mode. Your F button will exclusively swap between primary and secondary weapons with a tap. Your left mouse button is a gunfire. Your right mouse button is aim, always instantly. Okie dokie. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but okay. Okay, options. We are adding a toggle to preserve one aspect of the older melee system. You will be able to toggle an option allowing you to continue melee attacks with the left mouse button once in melee mode. Ooh, that's going to be an interesting one. I mean, I use left mouse button for melee, but I also use the scroll bar. I actually use the scroll a lot more, the mouse scroll. So that might actually not be a thing that I care about. Okay, change methodology. We have been discussing melee over the course of many dev streams, at one point planning to release it one weapon class at a time. This is no longer a wise case for any practical development whatsoever. I just hearing about it doesn't seem to make any sense either. Instead of doing all the changes to one weapon, we're doing smaller phases of changes to all weapons. That way you'll be able to experience batches of changes across all your weapons. What is good for a dagger may not be good for a hammer, and as each phase rolls out, you'll be able to compare and contrast. Okay, we cannot make innovative change when trying to reserve the status quo from 2014. What this means more broadly is that melee habits will change, not just key bindings. Key bindings, in fact, are just a facet of current combat systems. However, we are confident that the changes being made will increase the fluidity of melee combat. Kind of looks like it. And the new smoother feeling will outweigh the old clunkier need for different keybinds. We cannot upgrade the melee system without refactoring what exists. So, additional information, we have updated reticles. Melee mode will receive its own reticle as a result of being able to switch between the guns, so that's definitely going to be something that is important. Arc wing, arc melee, and arc guns will also have the same idea. Interesting. But that's not going to mean anything unless arc melee has stances. Like, arc melee right now is just really boring because it's nothing but quick attack. There's no, yeah, arc melee is nothing but quick attacks, so there's no stances from what as far as I can tell. Exalted weapons will also benefit from uninterrupted swap. Exalted weapons? Not exalted blade, right? Are we talking about, for example, Titania? You're able to just swap between the melee and the gun in the same way? I guess that's what we're talking about. Because Korra's whip is an exalted weapon, but that's an ability. That's an exalted ability. Mesa's Peacemakers just come out. I don't know. Anyway, AI hit reacts are getting updated as well. Oh yeah, this is something that was shown off, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago in a dev stream. So we'll open that up as well. Conclusion, we don't want to repeat 2018's Melee discussion where we go dark and the year passes. We'll live through this evolution in phases together and adjust the cells along the way. We are confident that the change is needed and we're starting to chart the course. Awesome. We'll let you know when release week comes on PC. Still no idea. Once we make progress, we'll start writing about phase 2 where we'll talk about mods and channeling, so that's where the real memes come in. We're not touching anything about your upgrades and gear until you are able to try out phase 1. So phase 1 looks like it's more of a gameplay system orientated mechanics phase. Phase 2 is going to be all about those mods, and then phase 3, I don't know what phase 3 is going to be. I think maybe weapon rebalancing, then maybe that's where phase 3 comes in. I don't know. It feels incredibly refreshing to play missions on the dev build in phase 1. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, yada yada yada. So, we have a post-stream edit because the devs actually did a stream on just the melee changes overall. So here we go. When is it going to be released? Development is ongoing. You can see we're making excellent progress right now. The plan is to release phase 1 with the next mainline update. So the big question is, when is the next mainline update? This is not new news rather. They've already made it clear that they're going to try and release it with the next mainline update. That of course will also bring Hildren and some other stuff, I guess. Yeah, we're hoping it's in a couple of weeks. I don't know. 2019's wells appear to be dry so far from the outside, but they're not busy idle. Okay, cool, awesome. How will this work with combos that need to use the block button? The current plan is to change these combos to an alternative function, although the final decision has not been set. So that's where phase 3 is probably going to come. Oh no, phase 2 where mods and stuff are being changed. That's probably where we start to get the idea that all of the combos are going to be universal. So every weapon will have a universal going forward combo, a universal block combo, universal hold combo. Is hold combo going to be a thing that we're keeping? Or is hold combo the one that we're getting rid of because it's too difficult sometimes? I don't know. How will special blocking weapons abilities work? We have plans to include alternative ways to use these abilities for the new system. For example, the Vaycor Sidon unleashes a special ability when block is released. The plan is to change it so built-up charges will only trigger when aiming, giving you more control over its use. I think the bigger question for me is what's going to happen to something like the Silver and Aegis Prime? If you're constantly blocking, then you're constantly building up that charge to do more crit status damage with your weapon. That's going to actually make it pretty good, I reckon. How will this affect a certain mod? Mods are coming at a later stage, so we don't know. Okay, cool. That's it. Awesome. So, I think overall some initial thoughts, initial reactions would be that this is going to be a real long one, guys. We're going to be in it for the long run. For this I don't know, I think ultimately Melee 3.0, all of this entire implementation might take the better part of half a year to get through. Or even it's either going to be 3 months or half a year it's going to take for us to get through all of these. So there's going to be a lot of discussion. Right now, just on the gameplay mechanics, I'm I think I'm going to be pretty happy about these overall. I guess for me, the one thing I'm a little bit about is maybe the directional ground slam. I don't know how I'm going to factor that into the normal gameplay loop now, but because I don't really, I'm not too fussed about this whole idea that the ground slam slams you onto the ground. It's kind of useful to not, you know, fly off into the middle of nowhere, especially when you're in Arcwing on, say, Plains of Eidolon or Fortuna. So I don't know, we'll have to see. Anyway, yeah, otherwise, bring it on. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know what you think about Phase 1 of Melee 2.997, or actually what is actually Melee 2.997 as opposed to 2.99A, 2.999, or 3, I guess. I don't know. But until then, I'll see you guys later, whatever the next video is. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. And yeah, I've screwed up my ending. Bye!